What is it, eh? What's that? I have never seen snowflakes this big.
Look at that snowflake. So much snow.
That has to be one of the most spectacular sights I've seen in my life. Some adventures don't start with a map. They start with a feeling. A quiet pull to somewhere new. To breathe a little deeper and to see the world with your own eyes. For us, life has become about the simple things. The places we go, the people we love, and the memories we make along the way. So we travel in our little home on wheels whenever we can, chasing the quiet roads, wild coastlines, and those moments that remind you why it's worth stepping outside your routine. This isn't about rushing to the next destination. It's about wandering slowly, finding meaning in the in-between, and letting the journey shape us. This is Roads Beyond the Map, where every mile tells a story, and every moment matters. So we're just going to go for it. Good morning, guys. So, we have finally arrived at Goretti. Thanks for joining us on this Scottish 2,000 mile road trip. We'll see you soon.
This one.
Every journey begins quietly, with a crossing of water, a road stretching north, and a feeling that somewhere ahead, something unforgettable is waiting. When we left the mainland this morning, we had no idea what this trip would become. We were simply chasing the Highlands, the empty roads, and the wild landscapes that pull you further north with every mile. But the Highlands have a way of telling their own story, and before this journey was over, those roads would lead us into something far more powerful than we ever expected. This is a story of that journey. Leaving the ferry behind now, the road begins to wind its way along Scotland's rugged west coast. Here, the land feels older somehow, shaped by sea, weather and centuries of history. Small single-track roads cut through quiet glens and along narrow sea locks, places where the landscape feels almost untouched. And tucked away along the shores of Loch Fyne sits our first stop of the journey, Castle Lachlan.
Looks like snow, but it's not. It's frost. How pretty is that?
I was kind of like, what's this white stuff? Wow.
Come on.
Come on, Lola. Well, if this isn't hello and welcome to Scotland, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Look at that, that's mad.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to get the drone out, I think.
What now?
Yeah. Good morning. You join us on a very frosty morning of the official day 2. We just parked up at the car park of Kilchurn Castle, but it was a very, very cold night. Have a look at this, guys. It's it's very crispy and crunchy underfoot, but what a beautiful morning, right? It got down to about -4 last night, which was okay. We got insulated covers to go over the windows of the van now. However, this morning I woke up about 7:30, still dark. It was really cold, so I put the heater on, and as it started to kick in and power up, it came up. We were now at 01 and went off again. And I thought, oh, it's probably just run out of fuel. But I had a look this morning, and there is a little bit of fuel left in it. It's low, but there is a little bit of fuel, so we're going to have a look again after we've got on the road. But at the moment, we have no heater. That is going to be an issue. It's like a winter wonderland. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have a frozen lake. Wow. Look at you, big boy. Hey? Hello? Hello? Wow. And here's the castle. What a place. Hello, dude. I really want to stroke you, but you got some massive big horns. That's about as close as I want to get. Wow. Just stunning. What a place. I think we need to see this from up there, right? See you soon, guys. Glencoe, which I know we visited Glencoe last time we were here, but if you're visiting the Highlands of Scotland, you have to visit Glencoe. It's just such a beautiful place. And of course, it's later on in the year, it's winter time now. Last time we came here, there was lots of low-hanging clouds. Today is a clear blue sky day. It's just unbelievable, it's just perfect. And with a bit of snow and a bit of frost over the mountains and stuff, yeah, we're really interested to see what Glencoe looks like. We're currently driving alongside Loch Ness at the moment, looking for a park up. We are climbing up into the hills. The loch is all full of thick fog. We're actually above it at the moment, so we've come up out of the cloud. So we're trying to find a location way up in the hills here at the moment, in the mountains, and then hopefully in the morning that fog, mist and cloud and fog or whatever it is gone, and we can see down onto Loch Ness. So folks, this was another lastminute.com decision. We are parked up next to Loch Tariff, which is this little loch right here. The clouds you can see in the background there are the clouds over Loch Ness, the mountain tops and the sunset. How beautiful is that? I mean, this little area here I think is only here for whoever parks up for this little power station, so I'm hoping we'll be okay here for the night. Lola certainly seems happy about it. But look at that setting sun. I can't believe how we've just stumbled across this. Look at this little lock tariff here. There's a little island in the middle, surrounded by hills.
What?
The back was right. The back was right. The back was right.
That's so funny.
Unaware of the approaching Arctic weather just 24 hours away, we head on down the road to Loch Ness.
by the time we reached the shores of Loch Ness, something had definitely shifted. The rush of the roads had begun to fade, and Scotland began to slow us down in the best possible way. Loch Ness stretches for more than 20 miles, deeper than any other loch in Britain, holding more fresh water than all the lakes of England and Wales combined. But standing there, none of that really matters. What you feel first is the stillness and the scale. The mountains rise quietly around the water, ancient and watchful. You can't help but wonder what this land has seen, how many lives have passed through here, how many storms, and how many stories never written down. If this loch could speak, you feel like it would have more secrets than answers. The water's dark and cold, shaped by ice thousands of years ago, and even on a quiet winter's day, it feels alive, moving, breathing, watching. It's easy to understand how stories grew here. When a place feels this old, imagination doesn't need much encouragement. As we walk the dogs along the shoreline, it's the small moments that stay with us. A friendly nod from a passing walker, a brief chat about the weather, always the weather. At one point, Lola decides she's not going over this simple little bridge platform, slips free, racing ahead with far too much confidence. Before I can even react, a woman nearby stops, laughs, and helps by calling her back. Calm, kind, and completely unbothered. It's a small thing, but it says a lot. Out here, those simple human connections feel warmer. Conversations aren't rushed. People look up, take notice, and help without hesitation. This is where we realise we're no longer just travelling through Scotland, we're beginning to settle into it. The cold is sharp now. Frost still clings to the ground, and the air carries a quiet warning that winter hasn't finished with us yet. But for this moment we pause, we breathe, and we let the loch do what it does best, remind us how small we are and how lucky we are to be here. Rested, grounded, and a little more at ease, we shoulder our bags and continue on, drawn towards the sound of a falling water somewhere ahead.
Come on.
So we just thought we'd try out the new Lola Cam feature. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks. Fairy Glen Falls. Good evening all, and you join us on the evening of day 3. We are on the Black Isle tonight, parked up right on the coastline. In fact, we're right on the edge of the shoreline. You can actually see an area where oil rigs come in to be repaired, I believe. I'll show you some pictures a bit later of that. But yeah, we're right on the coastline. It's absolutely chucking it down with rain right now, and wind. I don't know if you can hear this. I don't know whether the mic will pick that up or not, but it is absolutely chucking it down. And the van's rocking around quite a bit actually, even though I've faced it so that we are lengthways on with the direction of the wind. It's going to be a bumpy ride, I think, tonight.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
It's quite windy.
It's quite windy, isn't it?
Feel shaking.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you're going to hear any of this on the mic. The wind has really wicked up. The rain has eased off now. In fact, the sky's cleared and the moon's come back. It looks like it's going to be a clear sky at the moment, but yeah, it's definitely whipping up. Oh, I don't know if you're going to hear. It's really whipping up again now. This weather's not very strong as it said it was going to be. The van is absolutely rocking at the moment. I've had to turn it again because the wind changed direction, and we were side on to the wind, so yeah. Wow. I don't know if the light is shining that. I don't know if you'll hear this or see that on the video, but yeah, it's really chopping up some waves on the sea as well.
And this is morning. So the view's lovely. But look at this.
It is so cold tonight. I mean, temperatures have come up. It's supposed to be about 3 degrees, but the wind is got a biting chill to it. It's ridiculously cold, the wind chill factor on that wind. But if Rose just sticks the camera outside again a second. Wow, so but I'm reckoning this has come a day early because it wasn't supposed to be snow and stuff. This is day 4 now, so that makes it, what day are we on? What day is it today?
Thursday, the 1st of January.
That's right, it's Thursday, the 1st of January.
Well, so Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. So, Happy New Year. What a day to see in 2026 with. Anyway, we will see you soon, guys. Bye for now.
Beach, but it's snowing. Perfect weather for going to the beach.
Yeah, I don't even know what it's going to pick up on the mic with this wind, but first walk on a beach in the snow.
Never done this before. Even though I grew up at the seaside, I'm sure I've never walked on a beach when it's snowing.
Woo, it's fresh.
Beautiful, right?
You might be out sunny now.
Sunlight on the sea reminds me of where we used to be. Your hair caught in the wind, like a sail, you're drifting far from me. In my mind we're playing hide and seek, guiding me while the waves sigh and speak. You're gone but still you're with me. You will always be my love. Always be my love. My love. My love.
So that was Dornoch Beach. Pretty good, wasn't it, Lola, eh? I mean, it's absolutely stunning beach, but that was fresh, to say the least. We've got several layers on, and the wind chill factor there was pretty high, wasn't it, darling?
Yes, it was very cold and very, 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 very windy.
And
but it was nice.
Oh, it was lovely. We may have to come back and just have a look at this area, because there's lots of locations of stunning beaches on this area of coastline. We may have to come back during some warmer weather and have a look at some of these beaches again. But even in this weather, as you can see, it's just beautiful. But the sun is already getting very low in the sky, and we've got to get all the way to Wick yet. So time to crack on. See you soon. So we were contemplating trying to find ourselves a campsite for the night, just for some showers, and we're really low on water now as well, so we need to stock up. But obviously it's New Year's Day, and it's looking less and less likely that we're going to find any campsite tonight. So we will be wild camping, but we still have the issue of low water. There are a couple of harbours we go past between Aurora, where we are now, and Wick, which was probably the furthest I'd want to go tonight. So we're going to try and go to a couple of harbours on the way. Sometimes you can get lucky and there'll be a tap at a harbour with fresh water that you can get. So we're going to go check out a couple of harbours and then see where we end up camping for the night. See you soon, guys. Just have to show you this a minute. We've just driven down this harbour here looking for a fresh water tap, because quite often in harbours you'll get a tap with fresh water, and we're getting really low. Didn't find a tap, but I mean, stunning though. I don't really care we didn't find water. Look at this, how lush. And the snow's eased off again at the moment. We've actually got clear blue skies again. It's looking a bit bleak behind us, but out to sea it's clear again at the moment. And the wind's dropped down, which is really nice. I think we've kind of sheltered a bit in the harbour here, to be fair. But look at this. It's just stunning. Real quaint old little fishing town, or fishing village actually. Helmsdale Harbour, I believe it is. All little fishing boats. How cool is that? Oh, it's just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I was just sat in the van down there while I'm off wandering, filming and having a nice time, so I better get back. Whew. Yeah, better get back and see if we can crack on. Doesn't look like any water tonight, so whoa. There
well, I think. Or was that just the crunch of the snow?
No, that was wind.
It was wind, I thought it was.
Oh, that's crunch. Maybe.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
You're allowed to camp here, yeah?
Yeah. Some part for night.
Nice one. Oh, I've got my signal back. Nice one.
Good morning, everybody, and it is day 5 of the trip. What a difference a night makes. Wow, it came down quite heavy with the snow last night. Look at this, guys. Wasn't expecting this though. We seem to be okay. We seem to be okay on this side. This side's quite shallow. Luckily I did face us downhill last night as well, so it should be a bit easier getting out. However, this side, as you can probably see from the depth of my footprints, oh no, again, not too bad, not too bad. Anyway, we may have to rethink today's plans. But I was hoping we'd get a bit of snow while we were away, because there's nothing like a bit of snow. And, wow, that's the front of our van. Can't really see a lot there. Well, she's been winter tested, and I tell you what, most of the night we were pretty cozy all night. It's been lovely actually. Last few hours it did cool down a bit. Oh, excuse me. Because we didn't have the heating on all night. From about midnight we had no heating on. By the time we got up, it's like 10 o'clock now. It was 4 degrees in there, but most of the night, yeah, I was actually able to lay with my arms outside the quilt and stuff and stay perfectly warm. But how pretty is this? Real winter wonderland. Woo! Need to find out how long this is snowing for today, because I mean, we weren't silly about it as well. We're really close to the road from the lay-by, and these gritters, they were going up and down all night long, like 2 or 3 of them at a time, going up every sort of 20 minutes. There was gritters going along the stretch of road, so we've not been worried about getting stuck here. And also we have got plenty of provisions on us, not if we did get stuck, but yeah, apart from getting out of the lay-by, which was always going to be the biggest challenge, we will see soon. But the main road itself should be absolutely fine. Anyway, better see how we get on. See you soon, guys. What is it, eh? What's that? What's this? What's this? Hey?
Everybody's going real slow.
Yeah, this is.
All on the wrong side of the road.
This is the dodgiest section of the A6. Oh look, they're spinning. They can't make it up. He's spinning sideways, your rear wheel drive. So we are right at the top of the northeast coast, almost up the tip-top corner, not quite yet. But we're about to go and have a quick look at Sinclair Castle. And when I say quick, I mean very quick, because that looks like, that there looks like another heavy front of snow coming in there. But I'm just saying, the roads, it's really weird because as you can see all around us at the moment, like, I don't know, that bit, the bit of land in front there on the opposite side of the water, I mean, that's got covered in snow, but this particular area we're right in right now has got barely any snow on it. It's really weird. Everywhere in this area is absolutely deep in snow, except this bit. It's, I don't know whether it's the formation of the land and that it didn't dump the snow here, I don't know, but you can see it's all coming in straight towards us at the moment. And if you look out the side window here, it's going at quite a pace as well. So yeah, we are gonna let the dogs go out and stretch their legs, because it's been a long time in the van this morning, and we had a bit of a wobble, because this is obviously back roads we had to take here, as we always do, and they weren't gritted. We had a bit of a wobble and the front just completely lost grip. Luckily I was going slow enough just to bounce off the verge and off the ditch, so that we didn't drop into the ditch, and it bounced a couple of times and then we got traction again. You just never know, and that was actually like one of the slowest I've been driving all day, fortunately. Anyway, come and join us, have a look at the Castle of Sinclair. Well, I pointed out, unfortunately I was right, it is the next wave of snow, and we didn't get to the castle before it hit. Anyway folks, so that is Castle Sinclair Journey Goer, or something. I'll get the correct pronunciation in a minute before everybody shouts at me in the comments. But yeah, the castle is right on the cliff edge, and this wind is getting stronger and stronger, and it's probably not the safest place to be right now. Right then everybody, so that attempt at visiting Sinclair Castle, we'll call it. I'll put the name up here, so we've got the proper pronunciation. Well, we've got the proper name for it anyway. Anyway, yeah, unfortunately that band of cloud, which I thought was going to be full of snow, was full of snow and hit us before we got to the castle. So we didn't quite go right up to the edge and have a look around, because it is right on a cliff edge and the wind had really whipped up and it just wasn't safe, and it wasn't very nice for the dogs either to have stayed in it. So we chose to come back. Got to respect Mother Nature when she's telling you get back in. So we did. But now, completely ignoring all of that, we're going to John O'Groats, the most northern tip of the country, just to tick it off the box to say we've been there, before we hopefully go and stay in a lovely area called Dunnet this evening, which is on the very north coast of Scotland. It's got a beautiful beach there, I believe. It's a dark sky. I don't think we'll be seeing any aurora borealis tonight, because I think it's going to be very cloudy, but that's a shame. But it is a good location for anybody travelling out this way that wants to try and see some northern lights. Yeah, it's a good place to be. But that aside, we're going to go and stay there anyway, because it's a lovely area and somewhere where we just want to hunker down for the night. So in the meantime, we're going to crack on and get to John O'Groats. We'll see you very soon.
On paper, this stretch of road is simple. Sinclair Castle to John O'Groats, then on to Dunnet, about an hour in good conditions. But the weather had other ideas. Snow, then clear roads, then snow again, then clear roads, then blizzard, then clear again. A journey that should have been straightforward stretched into hours of slow, deliberate driving.
minutes now from John O'Groats. There were a couple more cancelled stops we were going to do on the way, but just due to the weather and the conditions, we just felt we'll maybe need to save them for another trip and come back a time when it's just more practical to do so. We're just going to get on to John O'Groats while we've still got a bit of daylight left, and then hopefully soon after that, before it gets properly dark, we'll be able to park up and hunker down in Dunnet for the night. Just beautiful though. I was just saying the roads, like coming along this stretch of road here, in fact there's been several stretches along this coastline where you just look at the landscape around you and it just doesn't feel like anywhere near Scotland, does it? It feels like a completely different part of, like a different continent really.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're in the UK, yeah.
No. And this particular part we're on now, it just feels so wide and wild and open, especially with the snow over it. It just feels like a completely different place.
As you've probably noticed by now, today wasn't about one clear stretch of weather. It just kept coming in waves. 1 minute the road ahead felt harsh and unforgiving, snow blowing across the tarmac, visibility dropping, every mile demanding full attention, and then almost without warning, it would ease again. By the time we reached John O'Groats, it was almost deceptive. Clear roads, barely any snow on the ground, a feeling just for a moment that maybe the worst of it had passed. But days like this teach us not to trust a single snapshot, because what we'd just driven through was still very real, and what lay ahead was still unknown. As the light began to fade and we pushed on again, the snow returned in patches, not as intense as earlier, but enough to remind us that the weather hadn't gone anywhere. This wasn't about chasing distance or trying to beat the storm, it was about positioning, keeping our options open while the roads were still passable. Stopping too early in the wrong place can be just as risky as pushing on too far. So every decision had to be made in the moment, reading the road, the sky, and the land around us. We didn't know yet how big this system really was, only that it was testing us, slowly and deliberately. And boy, it was coming.
Like a lovely walk on the beach first thing on the morning. Apart from it snowing.
Snowing?
But look! Is it exciting, Sonny?
Sunny?
Yeah.
So's Lola. Oh, what's going on?
She said, look, we're at the beach again.
Right. Woo!
Woo!
And we've got this whole beach to ourselves.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. While the weather eases off just a little bit, we're going to make a quick stop in Thurso, supply up for the day and make sure we've got plenty of supplies for the next couple of days actually, and we'll crack on. See you soon.
This is how travel feels up here. Unpredictable, honest. You don't plan too far ahead. You watch the weather, listen to the land, and make decisions 1 mile at a time. Leaving Dunnet, it feels like the storm might be giving us a brief pause, a moment to breathe, enough to think about the next move at least anyway. But the calm doesn't last long. Snow sweeps back across the road without warning, visibility drops, the surface changes beneath the wheels. One stretch feels manageable, the next reminds you how quickly things can turn. At this point, turning back doesn't really solve anything. We're already committed to the road, so instead we focus on the next sensible goal, Thurso. There we can get fuel, supplies, and the ability to be self-sufficient for longer if the system strengthens, which every forecast suggests it might. We're not forcing distance, we're just giving ourselves options. If the weather closes in again, we can stop, we can hunker down, and we're prepared for that. But if we can reach Thurso, we can reassess from there, and if conditions allow, continue west towards Durness for nightfall. Out here, plans aren't fixed, they're fluid, built around weather windows, daylight, and knowing when to press on and when not to. Right now, the road is still open. The conditions are changing by the mile, and all we can do is stay alert, stay flexible, and take it one decision at a time.
Does it look more on your screen?
Not really. Not what I can see.
Wow. That's kind of where we side with on the road.
Somewhere beyond Thurso, the storm finally loosened its grip. The snow fades away, the clouds lift, and Scotland reveals herself again, quietly, without ceremony. The road stretches ahead through wide open land, shaped by time far older than us. These hills and valleys were carved by ice, torn open by ancient forces, and softened again by centuries of wind and rain. Driving here does something to you. It slows your thoughts. It clears space in your head you didn't realise had been filled for so long. There's history in every mile, not just castles and battles, but the deeper story of a land that has endured. Long before roads, long before maps, people moved through these places, guided only by weather, light and instinct. And the blue skies, with the storm behind us, it's impossible not to feel it. A quiet calm, a sense of perspective. Scotland doesn't demand your attention, it earns it. And for a while, as we head toward Durness, the journey feels less about where we're going and more about how it feels just to be here. By the time we reach Durness, night has already taken hold. We're tired, worn down by long miles, shifting weather, and the constant focus it takes just to keep moving. As we settle in for the night, the wind begins to rise again. Streetlights sway, Christmas decorations rattle overhead, small, fragile things caught in something far stronger than they were meant for. Another Arctic storm presses in, throwing itself against the side of the van. The same rhythm as before, wind, snow, silence, and then wind again. Laying there listening, you can't help but wonder what the morning will bring. Whatever it is, one thing is certain, this isn't over yet. In fact, the reports are almost hard to believe. They say the storm hasn't even peaked.
Well, that drive today has to be one of the most amazing, awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping, nerve-wracking drives I think we've ever been on. It was, some of that scenery was just made even more spectacular by having the snow on the mountain tops and the ice across the lochs and stuff. But at the same point, some of that unexpected downfalls and the strong blizzards and stuff made it a little bit concerning in a couple of places. But we were very careful. We drove very slow, 20 miles an hour for miles and miles for most of it, to be honest. But it was worth every minute. Honestly, one of the most spectacular drives I think I've ever been on. Considering we drove across 8 countries to Switzerland and back not that long ago. This for me was by far one of the most spectacular drives we've ever done. So we managed to make it to Durness in the end. We're parked up by the beach at the moment. Pretty windy again tonight, and there's a lot of snow coming down, so the van is being shaken around quite a bit. We'd love to rest up for a day here and catch up, but we've got a timeline. We've got a week still to go, and we want to make sure that we get down the west side with plenty of time and get to spend, if possible, a couple of days around the Isle of Skye, because we really want to have an explore around there. So unfortunately we have to keep pushing on. So tomorrow we're going to hit the road again, heading towards Ullapool. I think Ullapool will probably be our end destination for tomorrow. Nope.
It's only a couple of hours down the road in normal driving conditions. We'll see how long it takes us tomorrow to get through. We drove from Dunnet to Durness today, and apart from stopping for supplies in Thurso, which I believe is now blocked off, we did the A9 and the A99 prior to that, which I believe are closed off again at the moment now as well, or impassable was the news postings. So we're gonna have to have a look, see what the road is like ahead of us, because that took us most of the day apart from stopping for supplies in Thurso. So we'll see how the drive goes to Ullapool tomorrow and whether we make it all the way there or not.
Good morning all. Welcome to a very chilly, windy and very snowy morning in Durness. But welcome to a very beautiful morning though. I mean, there's patches of blue sky and very grey sky again as well. It was very, very windy in the night. Boy, that's the most I've felt the van shake. But it's not surprising, I mean, the coastline's right here. I did turn the van a bit with the wind. Yeah, it's got a bit of snow, but not much. But it snowed quite a few times in the night. Nothing too heavy. But look at this for a beach. How beautiful is this? Those waves are just stunning. Woo. Wish you could feel how cold and biting that air is though. That's incredible. Load up. Oh, it's quite deep snow here. Come and look at this though. What a beautiful beach. Question is that coming this way, that dark sky again? I think so. We need to get on. Well, I asked for snow.
Sometimes you need to be careful what you wish for.
I was not expecting this. Days of it.
Well, you got like a little bit and you were like, oh, it's not very good though, is it? So really, you need to be careful what you wish for.
So then it went, right, okay, you want snow? I'll give you snow. Where have all the mountains gone?
Behind that snow.
It's so much of a whiteout now, you can't see any of them, can you? I just had to get out again for a minute. I've never gotten out of the van on a road trip so many times as I have this trip. But everywhere I look on this journey, I just want to take a picture. And the sad thing is, like, you can't capture on film what you see with the eye. I mean, the river down there that's all half frozen up, the mountains that won't appear anywhere near as grand as they are on camera. What? The changing colours in the sky. Oh, and the light from the sun. It is just magical. Absolutely magical. So a bit of a change of plan. We are about 15 minutes drive from Kyle Bridge. We are currently at Scourie, S-C-O-U-R-I-E, Scourie. We're at a campsite, which is why a change of plan, because there's not really been anything open en route. Obviously, it's been New Year, etc. And it's winter time anyway, but we just stumbled across this campsite. They have hot showers, they got facilities. We've been on the road for days and we're like, do you know what? Should we just have a day to chill, recharge, fill up the water tanks, and just straighten up the van a bit, give the whinging dogs here a bit of a stretch of the legs. So we're going to stop here for the day and the night. Wait, hold. By the time we reach the beach, the day finally slows down. The driving, the concentration, the tension of watching the weather change mile by mile, it all fades into the background for a moment. This is the first chance we've had to properly take it in. Today has been one of those days where Scotland shows you everything. Calm skies, open roads, snow-covered mountains glowing in the light, and then without warning, whiteouts that close in around the van and force you to stay present, fully alert every second. I've taken more photos on this trip than I ever have before. In fact, I found out later on my phone alone I took 708 pictures, and still none of them really capture it. The scale, the silence, the way the land feels when you're moving through it rather than just looking at it. And then there's Scourie. In this part of the world, places like this matter. It's the only campsite for miles and miles that stays open all year, especially in conditions like these. After a day like today, seeing those gates was more than just relief. It felt like shelter. We were welcomed warmly from the moment we arrived, not just by the campsite owners, but by the locals too. Everyone friendly, open, and genuinely looking out for one another. We know for a fact that help was being offered to strangers caught out by the weather. Advice given, support shared, no hesitation. There's even a little spa shop on the side, the first one I've ever seen with a bar in it, the Spa Bar. Somehow that feels very fitting for this place. If you're travelling through this area
and you need somewhere safe for the night, or even longer, this should be your first point of call. You won't be disappointed. We already know we'll be back here any time we're passing through this part of the country again. I'll leave the details for the campsite in the description below. Down here on the beach though, it's different again. The wind carries the sound of the seabirds, calls cutting through the air, wild and unfiltered. It feels ancient, untouched, like this place has always been here, long before roads, vans or weather forecasts. Earlier today we laughed about asking for snow, about tempting fate, but standing here now, it's clear this landscape doesn't respond to requests, only to respect. The calm we had didn't last long. Even as we walk, the wind is already beginning to build, stronger than before, colder, sharper. The kind of storm that doesn't ease in, it arrives with intent. This feels different, more powerful than anything we've faced so far in this trip, possibly the most intense weather either of us have ever been in. Tonight, all we can do is settle in, listen to the wind move through the campsite, and wait to see what Scotland decides to show us next. Tonight is going to be something different.
Well, hello everybody. It is now after midday on Monday. We got up this morning and our intentions were we were going to drive on to Ullapool first thing. But first thing this morning, nobody was getting in the village and nobody was getting out of the village. Look at this. It absolutely dumped snow on us last night. We must have got, I mean, look, this was all fresh again. This is all our tracks from this morning. It must have dropped at least 30 centimetres of snow on us last night, and the delivery truck for the store here hasn't been able to get through. Ploughs and gritters have been getting stuck, but I believe that they are starting to make headway now. I've just been talking to a couple that have driven from Durness side, which is north of us, and they've got to here and they said they've passed a few gritters and stuff on the way now, but they want to go south the same as we do towards Ullapool. And they hadn't seen any going that way, so we're going to go see. I think it'll be passable, but you know what? If we have to turn around and we have to come back here, it's not exactly a bad place to be stuck, right? But at the end of the day, we don't have unlimited travel time. It is forecasted snow again today though. I'm just looking at that, look, looks like a bank of snow coming in just here. But yeah, we don't have unlimited travel time. We have to be back down south at the latest by Saturday night. So we need to try and see if we can push on at least anyway. And if we can't push on, then, you know, then we have to come back and we'll be stuck. But we want to give it a go. We want to have a look, see. I mean, the couple that came from Durness through to here this morning, I've just been talking to, they're in a Mercedes, you know, a rear-wheel drive Mercedes, and he made it here. So if he can make it here in a Mercedes, because, you know, normally you'd see a BMW or Mercedes parked up on the side of the road in the snow. So they're going on ahead a little bit now anyway. So we're going to follow on, and if they have any issues, then we'll catch them up and we can help them out. If we don't catch them up, then they've made it through and we should be able to make it through. So we're just going to go for it.
I have to clear the snow because the windscreen wipers won't work.
Oh. Before we go anywhere, I've got to manually remove the snow because apparently the windscreen wipers won't work. Oh, I wonder why that might be. Yeah, she got a good covering of snow in the night. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, that's a good layer of snow. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and do this. I'll see you guys soon. So another long day begins. As I was just saying to you before, it was a very heavy downfall of snow last night, but they've had a morning to work on the roads a bit. The village was cut off first thing this morning, but yeah, the roads seem a little bit better now. There's definitely some grit on the roads, so we're going to try and see if we can make it to Ullapool. There's a car in front of us and that we know we're going to try and make it, and there's also a camper van that's going to be coming up behind us that are going to try and make it as well. So hopefully between the convoy of the three of us, if anybody has any issues, then we should be able to help each other out. So.
And the car's a Mercedes, so if that can make it, we can.
Yeah, rear wheel drive Mercedes, so if he can get through this, then I'm sure we can. But it's just going to be a long, slow driving day, 20-30 miles an hour max all the way again. It's supposed to be about an hour's drive to Ullapool, so I'm estimating 2 hours at the moment. I was going to try and get onto the bridge just before Skye, but that's not happening today now. There isn't going to be enough hours of daylight, and as much as I'm prepared to try and drive in this, I'm not going to do it at night, because those temperatures are going to make everything really slick again, and yeah, you just won't see so well. So, but in the meantime, have a look at this, guys. Look at those mountains. This is very snowy.
Did you see the little boy out tobogganing?
Yeah.
That was quite cute.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side. Lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day, but I'm right here, it's gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay. Calm your soul, hold my hand, don't let go. I understand. I know it hurts, it wasn't fair. It's over now, so don't despair. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay.
So we have arrived in Ullapool. Now we are staying tonight in a car park next to Tesco's. which might not seem exactly very glamorous or very adventurous, but I tell you what, when your car park is a foot deep in snow, surrounded by Scottish mountains, next to the picturesque harbour of Ullaport, it's no ordinary car park. It's no ordinary overnight, I tell you. It's just absolutely stunning. And there we go. Literally 2 minutes later, and the sky's completely full of it again. It's going to be a long night, I think. It is day 9 of 13. It is Tuesday morning, and we are going to be heading off to Skye this morning. It has rained quite a bit in the night, and as you can probably see from the roads around us, it's a very different slushy scene this morning. I'm quite surprised, to be honest, because it was still very cold last night. But yeah, nonetheless, it has rained, which has made, well, the going is still very slippy because it's a slushy slipperiness now, but I think it's better than what it was anyway.
We got nowhere to be, just a slow dance with the summer heat. The world outside can't wait a few, 'cause right now we got nothing else to do. The sun is peeking through the cotton white blinds, your hands still tangled up in mine. Feet on the wall, your head on me, floating easy. We got nowhere to be. Got nowhere to be.
Hello there.
Your hair's a mess, but you don't mind. You just laugh, let it fall where it likes. Coffee's cold, but we take a sip, talk about nothing. Let the morning slip.
Guys, just had to video this a minute. I have never seen snowflakes this big.
Look at that snowflake.
These snowflakes are absolutely huge. How pretty is that? It's like a winter wonderland.
It is. I feel like we're in Lapland.
It is. It does feel like Lapland. Oh wow, all these trees are bent down over the road.
Feels like that, like summer sun on quiet tracks. Oh, it feels like that, like the summer rain that falls so slowly on the naked skin upon your back. Oh, it feels like that, like a love song on a worn out track. Yeah, it feels like that. Feels like that. Yeah, it feels like that. Na, 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 na.
We've been watching the weather closely this whole trip, reading forecasts, timing moves, and waiting for windows. Leaving Ullaport this morning, the roads were still wet and slushy, snow piled high on the verges, and the hills still holding on to winter. And then slowly, it began to change. Those last heavy snow showers, the biggest flakes we've ever seen, felt like winter's final push. And once they cleared, we knew the storm was finally behind us. Ahead of us now is the bridge to the Isle of Skye, linking the mainland at Kyle of Lochoush to the Isle of Skye. For centuries, Skye could only be reached by boat, tied to tides, weather and patience. The bridge didn't arrive until the early 1990s, a permanent crossing where once there was only water and waiting. Crossing it now doesn't just take us somewhere new, it marks a shift. We know the forecasts ahead, no more snow showers, clearer roads, colder winds, and rain from time to time. but the mountains will stay white, snow-capped peaks rising above dark rock and open road. It feels like the best of both worlds. Winter still written across the land, but finally the freedom to move again. And as we cross onto Skye, the landscape begins to change in front of us. Softer in places, wilder in others, shaped by sea, wind and centuries of movement. This isn't just another stop, it's the moment the storm lets go and the journey opens up again.
Well, it's not snowing anymore, but it is raining. Nice.
You ever had one of those moments where you come round a corner and the sight in front of you literally makes you gasp? I just had this. Literally come around this corner and I heard myself gasp. Look at this, guys. That has to be one of the most spectacular sights I've seen in my life. It really is. I've never seen a sight like that. Absolutely beautiful. Just raw Mother Nature. Oh my God.
Now I hope I pronounce this correctly, but this is Sligerton, one of the old crossing points into Skye. The stone bridge beside us was built in 1810, long before cars ever reached the island. For generations people crossed here on foot with livestock, carts and supplies, moving carefully through one of the wildest landscapes in Scotland.
I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm without words now. Just speechless. This is just beautiful, so beautiful.
Beside it rise the Cullen Mountains, not shaped by glaciers like much of Scotland, but formed from ancient volcanic rock. Sharp, dark and unforgiving, they've always demanded respect. The modern bridge now carries the road beside it, but this place hasn't really changed. It's still a threshold, a crossing. For us, stepping onto Skye here feels like more than a change of direction. It feels like the moment the journey shifts. Clear roads ahead, snow still clinging to the mountains. Best of both worlds.
It's got to be a photographer's dream, right?
Huh?
It's got to be a photographer's dream.
Oh, definitely. I don't know if I had to embrace it or take photos.
I know, it's like one of those where you just stop.
Yeah.
And the weather as well, it makes it more dramatic, don't you think?
Oh, definitely.
Just stunning. This may well be the prettiest location, woo, and slippiest location we've ever stayed in yet. Check this out. Today, the snow around most of the sky anyway, except the mountain tops, has completely gone. So we can actually finally, maybe near the end of the trip on day 10 now, get out and do a little bit of real exploring. So we're just going to spend today and some of tomorrow just driving around and having a look and see what Skye's got to offer. And probably do a bit of stocking up on supplies and stuff as well. In the last few days, Scotland's been struggling to get supplies across anywhere in the country really, and everybody's been getting low. So hopefully it's all coming through today and we can start getting topped up again. But in the meantime, have a look at this, just beautiful.
So this is the Commonwealth War Graves. It says no dogs allowed, so I've snuck in without the puppies and Pete's took them down the road. And I thought you might like to see this. So I thought I would come in and have a look. Oh wow. There's quite a bit to it actually. Ruin. What a place to be put to rest, eh? Here, wouldn't you? Beautiful. Nice view of the mountains over there. Still covered in snow. Stunning. Gosh, it's cold. Pete walking the doggos. Trying to take pictures.
Try to take a picture of you.
That's so funny. I'll take the easy one. Little Sunny in a coat.
Beautiful, isn't it, Rennie?
Yeah.
That mountain ridgeline there, the white peaks and everything, it's just unbelievable. So I'd just like to show you briefly while we're driving along the Trottenish Ridge, one of the famous rock pinnacles up here called the Old Man of Storr. Check this out, how amazing is this? And with the snow still on the tops of the mountains there, it just makes it even more breathtaking. And we've obviously got nice clear roads now for driving on, so we can get safely down the road. But yeah, all the high mountain peaks and stops still covered in snow, a little bit across the grassland still, but yeah, what an amazing location. What an iconic rock, the Old Man of Storr. Just beautiful, eh?
Oh wow.
How crazy is that? Wow. What do you think of that, guys? This is the Lilt Gorge. Absolutely stunning. Snow-capped mountains, coastlines and seas, waterfalls. I mean, it's just the eye of the sky in a simple nutshell, right? Unbelievable. Well, we have reached tonight's overnight location, our second and final night on the Isle of Skye. Come and have a look at this, guys. This is not a bad spot to spend the night. Oh my word, how beautiful is this? We're right on the coastline. See behind us here, where we're parked up, is a nice big parking space set way back from the road. It is marked up as a place that you can park up and overnight. And here is our view of the ocean. Oh, see all the snow-capped mountains still in the background there. The sunset fading off to the side. So, which means this here is north. If there's any chance that the sky is clear and there's any sort of northern lights, this would be a very good spot for it. But A, I think it's going to be cloudy, and B, I don't think there's any particular solar activity tonight, which is a shame. But I was hoping for a bit of snow, and I was hoping for some northern lights. Well, I certainly got some snow action, way more than I was expecting, and it certainly changed up our journey a bit, and made us change a few plans, made us slow down even more than we were going to. So, and that's been one of the nicest things about this, actually, is we've been able to stop when we needed to, park up safely out the way for whatever time we need to. We've got supplies, we've got power, we've got fuel. You know, we were self-sustainable, and that was the main thing. We had snow chains and pulleys, and you know, we weren't gonna call on anybody else for anything. It was nice to get that one night in Skye on the campsite, just to recharge ourselves a bit and take a break from it all. But it was nice knowing that we're able to do that no matter what the weather. What an amazing place to spend the last night in Skye. Just beautiful. The whole trip has just been the most awe-inspiring, breathtaking trip that we've been on so far. Absolutely. So we had to stop briefly for a quick visit to the Highland Castle. It's like one of the most photographed castles in Scotland. But yeah, it's a pretty significant landmark. It was originally built in the 1300s. It was built to defend against Viking raids, and it was actually left in ruins for nearly 200 years and rebuilt in the 1900s. But what a stunning piece of history. I mean, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I just turned the camera off, but I've literally just driven past a sign that says feral goats for 2 miles. Anybody ever seen that before? I've never seen that. If anybody's seen that, please put a message in the comments below. I mean, feral goats, I'm guessing, just roam wild and nobody owns them, as in not like feral cats that can be quite aggressive and nasty. I don't know. What's a feral goat like?
Let's see if we can see any.
Is it just like a normal goat wild, or is it a bit like rabid and vicious and it's going to take your arm off? New one on me. Feral goats.
So we find ourselves in the Glencoe area, quite close to Seagull viewpoint that we stayed at before. We're thinking we might stay there again because we know it, we had a good night's sleep, the view is beautiful, and we can walk the dogs along the front. The funny thing is though, Pete is wearing the exact same outfit that he was wearing last time we went there, and he fell over. Lola pulled him and it was sliding, and he fell over and landed in thick mud and covered himself. So, is that a bad omen?
Yeah.
Or not? Let's find out when we get there. Is Pete gonna fall over? Take 2. Come on. Come on. Come on.
No, it was 3 months ago we were here.
Was it 3 months?
It was early October, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Oh, this goes to like 25% on the right.